Alright, we need to talk about Tophiachu. Um, I've wanted to talk about these lolcows for a little bit now. This is the first video on the channel, and I wasn't planning on I wasn't planning on talking about anyone until at least next month. But Tophiachu did the unspeakable recently, and I feel like I need to talk about it, given the situation that she's in right now. I hope my mic is alright. I hope that you guys can't hear any background noise. It's my first video, so please bear with me. I know it's embarrassing, and I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, I've been trying to do my research on like how I can do this for like a few days now, almost a week, and I don't know what I'm doing. So if I tend to go on a rant, ramble, whatever, I'm sorry. And I'm not sure how to start these. Since Tophiachu is the first, I was able to find a list on Reddit on like a lot of things that Tophia is disliked about. So I pulled it up, and I will have this list linked below in the description, if I recall to do it. So I want to go over the many reasons why we do not like Tophiachu here in this community, before I go over the Comic-Con escapade that has been happening recently. I don't know anything about Comic-Con. I know what it is, obviously. I don't know which one she went to. I don't know. Like, right now it's January 18th on a Saturday. So, like, I don't know if, like, she was found yesterday going, or if it was, like, you know, I don't know. Excuse me, I don't know. I have TikToks from Papa Mike. I think that's the name. Over on TikTok. I will try to link her stuff, but I live in the US and the TikTok ban is coming. Anyways, I've been rambling for so long now. I feel like we just need to get in on this. I've also screen recorded this list too, and I will be showing you that like now while I'm reading this. I recorded this for like a minute. This is like a minute long list of just the things that she's done. A lot of these are linked, so if you want to, and if you have access to TikTok, I recommend you going through this Reddit post, reading it. But anyways, we're going to jump into this right now. I still don't know what I'm doing. So start the list off strong with nothing else than ableism, so that's always fun, right? It says here, Tophia blames people with disabilities for her lack of success on social media. It sounds like Tophia. There's a TikTok link to that. I did watch that the other day, and she does. I'm pretty much just going to read off the big bolded like the categories and like maybe a few from each, and then we'll move on. So here we got animal abuse. It seems like she's thrown her dog a few times. She's hit her dog. She's thrown Peaches. I think Peaches was a cat or a dog that she had at one point. But yeah, she has a huge Asian fetish. She has an obsession with Glenfather. Don't know who that is. I'd imagine it's a content creator. She had made an alt account to stalk someone. Sexually harasses Wesley. Not sure who that is, but again, you know. Ships 2 male BTS members who aren't dating or gay, which is, you know, weird. Nothing wrong with that. If you visit Twitter, you might see that quite often. Next thing up, the Asian teen adult videos. I'm not going to say the P word because I don't know how YouTube is. I could probably say it right now because I'm so small, but I'm not going to risk it. She was caught on live watching, well, she wasn't watching it on live. She showed her phone one live, and it showed that she had watched Asian teen adult videos recently. There's also another clip out there when she was showing something off on her phone, and her phone accidentally rotated to the side, and it showed, you know, another adult video website that we will not name. If I can find clips of those, I will show a screenshot and show a video of it. Hopefully I'm able to.
Tofruti shows us something on her phone, and then she accidentally put it sideways, and it showed her other browser tabs. She's looking at the chat to see if we saw that Cornhub tab.
Why'd I do that? It literally, look.
Tell me that's not Cornhub.
Going on next, we have bullying, harassment, and threats. Let's see here. Tophia says if anyone tries to confront her IRL, they'll go home on a t-shirt. Not sure what that means, but it's Tophia. She's quite mentally delayed, as we'll come to see. Tophia shames a person for needing medication for their mental health. Pretty messed up stuff. regardless of what you think. I'm talking really fast too. I'm trying to get this video out. It would be nice today. That way I stay hip. Tophia threatens the Discord for sending DoorDash, which, I don't know, a bit weird. I'm not here to give my opinion. I'm just here to cover. There's a big list of that, by the way. Controversies and crash outs. We got Tophia's live access on her main account got permanently banned for making Sims, and I quote, woohoo, in front of their baby. I remember seeing video on that. She was very heated about that. The agency tells Tophia they don't want to work with her due to her content and she says that they are racist. One big thing that we will come to find about Tophia is that she loves throwing around the race card. She loves it. It's like a hobby. It's honestly like a hobby of hers. Anyone disagrees with anything she says, they're racist, or they're white men, or she'll blame Mexicans. She's I don't know if it says it on this, but she's used the bean slur for Mexicans before, which I thought that was crazy. Alright, up next, Tophia smirks while Donald Jr. doxes Angie's full address and phone number on live. Pretty messed up. I don't condone doxing in any way, shape, or form. Regardless on who the person is. Like, unless they're like a pedophile, predator, whatever, they're like going for kids, I don't think no one deserves it. Like, it's wrong. It creates problems. It could hurt their families. And if their family's not involved, they shouldn't be involved, you know? That's my thoughts. Up next, we got e-begging and scamming, which that's always two fun things to go together. Tophia admits that she can work, but refuses because then she'll have to pay more bills. I remember I watched that video the other day because it caught my attention. She does. Tophia, one thing you'll hate, and I think I have a clip of it. Tophia hates working. She despises it. She says she makes more than minimum wage. She will, like, fight it tooth and nail that she doesn't want to get a job and that she doesn't need to get a job because she could make more money on social media, which I don't disagree. You can make so much money on, you know, social media. Let's look at someone like Markiplier. Markiplier makes so much money doing YouTube. Like, he wouldn't need to get a normal job, you know? But for someone like Tophiachu, I've ran the numbers on Tophiachu stuff a while ago on just her members. Her subscribers, on her subscriptions, or whatever they're called over on TikTok, I don't remember. And I did the math, and I don't remember what I got, but it wasn't that much. Like, it was a lot, but, like, it was, like, you definitely would make more from working a real job. I think I have a clip of her saying something like, she made, like, $200 at Dunkin', and it wasn't a lot. But my guess is that she was only there for a few days. I did my research on this. And I'll give you a bit of a backstory. I used to work at my last job that I worked at. I made $12 an hour. If you look up the Albuquerque, the New Mexico minimum wage, which is where Tophia lives, Albuquerque, New Mexico, the minimum wage there is $12 an hour, which is the same as what I made. I worked part-time at my job. And what I would do to count my hours and, like, guess how much I was making for my paychecks is I would just, like, remove the extra $2 off of my paycheck, my hourly pay for 12, and I would just subtract it down to 10. The $10 an hour made it really easy to count how much I was getting, and I never fell short of how much I multiplied my hours by. If I worked 15 hours, I worked part-time. I worked 15 hours a week. I brought home $150 a week. At least $150. It was typically like $155 or something like that a week. So if we, like, do some math, right? You can do 40 hours a week. Or let's just do like 30 hours a week, because that's still part-time. That's $300 a week. Multiply that by 4, because there's typically 4 weeks in a month. And she's bringing home like $1,200. And I don't think she's making that much on TikTok. And even if she was, Tophia is homeless right now, right? I'm going on a big tangent. Tophia is homeless right now. And she could use the extra money. Like, she says that minimum wage doesn't pay well. And it doesn't, you know? It's minimum wage. But you could at least, like, get another side gig to, like, bring in more money on top of your social media. Like, no one's telling her to, like, I'm sure people are telling her to, like, get off social media, da 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 da. But the people that tell her to get a job, to help her family. Anyways, that was a long tangent. I might even cut that out. Next up on the list, we have elder abuse. This I know. I've seen this firsthand. Tophia loves to tell her mom to shut up. She'll yell at her mother. Her mother is old. It's like she's like in her 60s. Let's read some of these though. Tophia yells at Maria and calls her stupid for answering the phone. She loves doing that. She blames Marie for the man from Grindr that showed up to their motel, which is crazy. Again, I don't condone doxing. I don't condone sending people to these people's houses. I think it's wrong in every sense of the way. I don't know. Let's see here. There's a lot on that. Homophobia and transphobia. That's always interesting. Tophia tells someone their dad bends over for men, which is just typical Tophia. Tophia says the T-slur. Not sure what the T-slur is. I'd imagine I know what it is, but I don't really care enough to figure that out. She has hygiene issues. That's the big one up next. The slide nails were living in filth in their motel, and the room was trash after their eviction. Tophia's been homeless for a few months now, but when the whole homeless stuff started, the person who outed them showed like some pictures of their motel, and we've seen it in the past, like in videos here and there. They live like pigs, man. Oh my gosh, they live like animals. Oh, my bad. I shouldn't say that they live like animals. Speaking of the person that outed Tophia, she said the same thing. That Tophia and her family were like animals for living the way they did. And Tophia took that as a racial remark, so I guess my bad on that. I wouldn't want to offend the great Tophiachu. We got some drama. I'm not going to go over that. I just wanted to go against the big things. Apparently there's minor allegations. I didn't see this when I screen recorded, actually. It says here, Tophia admits to liking game team anime. Whoa! Oh my gosh! I'm not even going to read that one right there. Wow. I'm just going to jump over that one. Tophia likes minor / age gap manga on IG. Weird stuff. Tophia was caught liking posts of a 14-year-old boy in 2019 at the age of 25. I remember this. This happened recently on a live. Someone brought it up, and she ignored it. I think she said something along the lines of, "That was like 5 years ago. So why are you bringing it up?" Like, Tophia, that's something weird. We don't jump over that. that's weird. We have some miscellaneous stuff. Obsession with Shoddy Bay. We got Papachu. What Papachu deserves a done video in itself. All I'm gonna say is Tophia definitely learned how to be racist. It was definitely passed down from her father, if you catch what I'm laying down. She loves claiming she's an activist. She's a fake activist. Oh my gosh. There was a video of her. I was trying to find it the other day because I really wanted to include it, but I can't find it. There's a video on TikTok of Tophia being all for pro Palestine. I don't know the whole situation with that. I don't follow it. How about how McDonald's is for genocide and they weren't going to eat the food. Some backstory. Someone DoorDashed McDonald's to her house. They gave her a spicy chicken sandwich, some fries, and then a Oreo McFlurry or something like that. Coffee, whatever. I don't remember what it was. And Tophia was like, "Oh, I'm not going to eat it. They're being boycotted, da-da-da-da-da." And then she starts just housing down some fries. Tophia, you just said you weren't going to eat it. And then, her excuse was something like, "Oh, well, there's people that are hungry that don't have food, so I don't want to waste food." Then, you know what I mean? If you're a true activist for that type of stuff, that's good. That's great. Do it. But don't lie and try to act like an activist and then just go back on your word. Literally, the next sentence. It's so crazy. We got some public siding, and then we're here for the racism part. Which, this is so crazy, because Tophia loves calling everyone else out for being racist. And it's that psychology trick of, if you know someone, if you're dating someone, and they're constantly accusing you of cheating, they're probably the one doing the cheating themselves. You know what I mean? And I feel like that psychology trick goes into this situation for her racism. Tophia, will call everyone racist. I think she's called people racist for voting for Donald Trump, not voting for Kamala Harris or whatever. I don't do politics. I'm not going to do politics here. I don't care who you vote for. As long as you're not a pedophile, I don't care. We're cool. We're chill. but like to like call people out for racism when she's so racist herself. Apparently, there's a couple compilations of her saying slurs. I might have to watch that one for myself. She calls the black community racist, homophobic. Tophia refers to Asians as yellow and uses the derogatory term, and I quote, yellow fever, to describe the fetishization of Asians. Crazy. We move on, we got to the slurs. Dude, we're like almost done with this list, but I've been recording for 16 minutes going over the stuff that Tophiachu has done. That is so crazy to me. So on to the slurs, we got some... Tophia continues to defend Marie using the R slurs, says she was mad and nobody can... tone police her because she's disabled. I'm guessing R slurred is the regard, if I'm guessing. Tophia calls black people the C slur again. Like, Tophia, she's just so hypocritical. She really is. She's so concerned of like being like accepted by the by like these platforms, you know, like I don't know how to explain it. Like she's so like tied up of like trying to be a goody two shoes and like everyone else's face, but like she's just a horrible person. Like I don't know how to explain it. And for the next topic, we have suicide baiting. I've seen this several times. She's complained about like trying to take her life. Not something you joke about. It's a serious issue. It really is. I remember one live when she was like, oh, well, since TikTok going the way, I guess I'll just have to, you know, KMS, you know, and like that is, oh my gosh, it's just so crazy. And finally, onto the last thing here. Also, this isn't even like probably half the video. We have TikToks to go over. Like, this is just like, I want to spread awareness on like why we don't like Tophia before I wanted to get into this video, since this is my first video on her, right? And finally, we have victim blaming, SA, and rape apologist. I'm not sure what that second half means, but I have seen her victim blame about... Tophia says, don't believe victims unless there's hardcore evidence. This is crazy. Tophia slut shames a rape victim. I like, again, I really, if you're able to, I think these might be all like linked to TikTok videos. If you're able to, please go and watch these for yourself. This lady is a horrible human being, dude. Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine doing that to a victim. That is just so crazy. And finally, we have Tophia watched a tape that captured Angie's assault that was leaked by her ex and says Angie wasn't raped because it looked like she was enjoying it. Absolutely insane. I'm sure I jumped over a lot of good stuff for Tophia. Like I was reading the bolded words. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. It's a bit early here. I'm reading these, and then I'm reading a few off the lists under each category. And like she's just like this. Some of this stuff I didn't even know myself. I screen recorded this list, and I wanted to go over it on video to kind of give like a like I guess like a live reaction to it. But like, oh my gosh, this woman is so crazy. But next we're gonna jump over to the TikToks from recently of her talking about Comic-Con. She talks about like taxes at some point, asking like how are we gonna be doing taxes when, you know, TikTok's gone? Which I mean I don't know. I'm not a tax expert, but like I'd imagine you have your tax form, W-2s or whatever. And with that, honestly, I just want to jump into these TikToks. I'm gonna let them play for a little bit, and then I might like pause it, talk over it. I don't really want to talk over it. I lied. I'm probably gonna stop it, talk, point out something, and then like get back to the video. But without any further ado, let's get into some of these TikToks, I guess.
Fucking with people's minds. Like seriously, it's not getting banned. It's getting banned. We're looking into it. We're gonna ban. Like, you're messing with people's emotions who are losing out on jobs. People who quit their jobs just to do social media. I didn't have to quit a job to do social media because it was already hard for me to get a job. It was hard for me to get a job in the first place, and people don't understand. I gave up with a job and said I'll do social media. And it's so crazy to see that there are millions of people about to be out of a job, and everyone has their head stuck up their ass. And the same people that voted to ban TikTok turned around and started using TikTok. And Cory Booker, I see your stupid ass. Oh, no, you want to try to say TikTok now that you was using it, but you're the main person who voted to ban TikTok. Now all of a sudden, you want to say fucking TikTok? Like, fuck you.
Now, right off the bat, we can already see Tophia is doing just some absolute BS stuff. She's talking about how it was so hard for her to get a job, but I don't honestly think she tried getting back into the job scene after she lost her job at Dunkin'. I really don't. I find it hard to believe. I think that she worked there, didn't like it, and then that skewed her mindset of working. I've even seen somewhere, it might even be in one of these videos, but I saw a video sometime recently where Tophia was talking about how getting a job was, she just didn't make enough for getting a job. She made $200 at Dunkin' Donuts, and she makes more of that doing TikTok. So I don't think it's simply her not wanting to work a job. I think it's simply her just being lazy. That's just me, though. Also, quick shout out to Papa Mike over on TikTok. If you guys still have TikTok, or if it doesn't get banned, please go follow her, watch the videos. She's such a good archiver when it comes to these Tophiachu videos, and she's awesome. Shout out to her.
Taxes. How do we submit our tax forms if TikTok goes? If TikTok gets banned, how am I going to submit my tax forms and file my taxes? Like, this is so crazy because tax season is coming up. It's so exhausting.
This is what I was talking about earlier with the whole tax things. I'm pretty sure even if you lose, like, technically she's just losing a job. So I'm pretty sure you could just take this into somewhere and they'll do your taxes for you. Sophia, it's really not that hard. Stop being over dramatic about it, alright?
People don't understand. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Did she also mention it was hard? Just asking.
You know? Anyways, people like my shirt today too, because I got a new shirt too. It's the gorillas. I saw this really nice gorillas poster. Oh, you know what I saw there that they're selling? I saw my brother's wand. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was the second time we went to Comic-Con. My brother had a wand that was signed by Daniel Radcliffe. You know, Harry Potter. And so anyways, he ended up having to sell the wand for, like, he needed the money. I was like, no, don't do that. That's your wand. It's signed by Daniel Radcliffe, and he got it graded there too. I said, I was walking around and I said, that looks like my brother's wand. And I sent a picture to him and he's like, hey, that's my wand. They were selling it at Comic-Con, $200 and some.
Now is when we get into the Comic-Con TikToks. Tophia seems a bit too excited talking about her brother's wand, but to each their own, you know what I mean?
Pretending to be on the phone while Tophia and Mamachu passes by a stand at Albuquerque Comic-Con.
You can see right here that they're at Comic-Con. And honestly, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. If Tophia wasn't in the situation she was in and wasn't acting the way she was acting, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Because whose business is it if you go to Comic-Con? But when you have someone like Tophiachu who has been, like, throwing it out there, pretty much begging for money, complaining how they're hungry, how they're cold, why? Why are you spending your money at Comic-Con, dude? It just doesn't make any sense to me, you know? We now are going into a video, Tophia explaining that her mother had to wear pads because she has bladder issues. Very horrible. I don't think that if your mother has bladder issues, you should be kind of like making her to go to Comic-Con. I think that's pretty messed up. But hey, Tophia is not the most sane person, so who am I to judge, right?
You know why my mom could hold her bladder for Comic-Con? Because she had a pad. That's why. My mom can't hold her bladder. Huh, Mom? No. She almost peed herself a lot at Comic-Con because she couldn't make it to the bathroom. And when it was time to vote, I didn't have pads because the only pads I have are for my menstrual cycle. And if she uses them, I couldn't have bought more pads at the time. So that's why I had to conserve. And I didn't have pads at the time because I buy pads when it's closer to the time to buy pads. Mind you, my mom couldn't hold her bladder because she almost peed a lot. We were literally running around finding the bathroom a lot. Like even before Comic-Con started because... Oh yeah, hold on. So then, before Comic-Con, because we're trying to figure out where we're gonna go. We go to the Galleria. We go downstairs, and my mom's like, I gotta use the bathroom. And I was like, okay. So then, the bathroom was closed. They said because it was construction or they're fixing the bathroom. One of the bathrooms was closed. I went to the other bathroom. You need a code. She had to stop because she's like, we get up to the elevator. She has to stop because then she has to wait because if she moves too fast, she'll pee. she has a bad bladder. So then we had to stand in line because I was like, you know what, let's just go into the building. There was people already standing there. I said, we don't have anywhere else to go. There wasn't anything close by because when you're downtown, there's no bathrooms anymore. The homeless people ruined that. You have to at least buy something to.
I just wanted to point out the yet another hypocrisy of Tophia's. She says that the homeless ruined that for everyone, but Tophia herself is homeless. You'll see a lot of these contradictions a lot with her. It's kind of funny to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
The bathroom, and there wasn't anywhere where you could buy something to use the bathroom. So then we get in the building and we have to wait. And I just told her, I said, well, why don't you just tell them you have to go to the bathroom real quick and then come back in line? And she was like, no, I'll just wait. So then she had to go to the bathroom a lot at Comic-Con. Like, we go to the bathroom a lot throughout the day because she's always needing the restroom. And because she had a pad, you know, that helps because I have extra pads now. But she does have bladder problems. And the issue being is we didn't go by bus because my brother had his car. So, like, I was very thankful he had his car, right? Because at least if she has a pad and some underwear, she's fine. But she has to get the surgery, and she's afraid to get the surgery because, you know, something might happen. And also they're suing for the mesh. Yeah, wait, hold on. So, anyways, I have anxiety.
I don't know if you guys caught it there, but you can see a glimpse of how Tophia treats her mother. Her mom's trying to talk and add on to the conversation. Mind you, the conversation that they are talking about is her mother's bladder. So I would think that you would have a say in that. But Mom, no, wait. Like, it just, oh my gosh, dude. Just Tophia, man, come on. And finally, that's kind of where I want to leave off on Tophiachu for now. I want to start doing more of these, but like I said at the beginning, towards the beginning of this video, I didn't want to start doing these until like next month. Just like Tophia doing this, it just like really showed off what kind of person Tophiachu is, and because of that, I thought it would be a good time to cover her now. I have nothing else to say. If you see this video and you liked it, you got this far, like would be appreciated, and subscribe if you want. I don't care. But until I see you guys next time, I'm just a shark with a churro. So, you know, what do I know about these people?